Six Nations 2025, England up against Italy 47-24. Goodness me, England unleashing a bit of their offloading game. And they put the Italians to the sword. It was competitive at half-time, a little bit scrappy at times in the second, but we saw England, who have been much criticised for their playing style, unleash some of the skills of these guys who do this kind of thing week in, week out at club level. And they've done it against the Italians, which is a different story from doing it against, I don't know, maybe France or Ireland. But hey, it is a very good win for England. They are still very much in the Six Nations race, albeit with their destiny not in their own hands, with one round to play. And for the Italians, it's another one where there's some bright spots. They'll still win it at half-time, but come away at the end of this game ultimately with nothing. We'll go through the events pretty quick and some stats. You guys can let us know on what you thought of this game. Elliot Daly starts off the first attacking move for England. That guy is much maligned. There are certain characters in English rugby who are on the receiving end of a lot of grief, and Elliot Daly is one of those guys. But he sets up on this selection of his at fullback. Their first attacking move, big line break from fullback. They send Freeman down the right wing. He's got a nice one-handed offload back in field, and then Tom Willis is able to finish off England's first try with a bit of power. So 7-0. That's cracking stuff. Ollie Lawrence going off. Not such good news for England. They're on in about 9 minutes. Nobody around him. Just goes down with a leg injury. We see him in a moon boot a bit later on. So it looks like he might be out for a bit longer. Just on a kind of initial gaze. But yeah, it means Marcus Smith comes on and Daly shifts to the midfield. And despite all their possession and all their territory, England only the 7 points early. The Italian defence keeps holding on. And then first entry into the English 22, Italy strike, man. It's a line out, and they were quite happy to keep the dinking kicks through in this game. Garbisi dinks through for Brex. They get the ball wide, and then Ioane dinks through for Capuozzo. It is the first try for them. 7 points apiece, despite all England's kind of territorial position dominance. England did lose another ball in the Italian 22 not long later. And like I said, Italy, when they got the ball, they were not really keen to spin it. Their two wingers combined for a grand total of no run meters in the first half. Like, Ioane put in a nice kick through, as I mentioned, but they were not running it through their wings. Quite happy to seemingly want to ping England back. So, yeah, kind of tale of two different strategies. But they had a chance to take the lead on 22 minutes. They had a penalty shot, which Garbisi pushed wide, and you feel like with England still being the one side that Italy have never beaten in the Six Nations, if you're going to get that first win, you really need to take 100% of your opportunities, and this was one that went a-begging. England pushed close again on 25 minutes. Itoje almost kind of able to leap over a ruck from close range for a try, but he gets held up. They have to check, because it was a maul in the build-up, whether Italy had brought it down illegally, but the answer is no. So Italy hold on, but then from the goal line dropout, England shift in that ball through that back line, and Daly, again the hero of the day for this one, puts the dinking kick through for Freeman. Try time, 14 points to 7. Suddenly looking a bit more comfortable for England, but not for that long. Real tit for tat kind of first half, because Italy basically did the same. Quick line out when England put in a free kick. They just kind of don't kick it into row Z, so Italy are able to take the line out quickly through Ioane. Capuozzo shapes like he's going to kick, because like I mentioned, they have been kicking a lot, but this time they don't kick. He glides past Jamie George, and then that man Vincent, we talked about his speed in the preview video. Goodness gracious me, he got a chance to show it. He's got the support line and goes really well. Probably should have been caught. Other loose forwards would have got caught for sure, but not Ross Vincent. 14 points apiece. So living off not that many opportunities, but Italy taking them pretty well. England did reply well, though, because Italy, I don't know, they've got a few of these mistakes in them in recent times. Just letting Alex Mitchell box kick bounce. It was a little bit at 6s and 7s. That put themselves under a bit of pressure. And then there's a kind of half break for England on the right wing. Italy concede a penalty. England go quick, which is pleasing to see. England playing with some tempo. And yeah, with the advantage, they shift it left. Marcus Smith is able to get it to Ollie Sleightholme, who's able to go over on the left wing. So yeah, loving the tempo from England. Really, really pleasing to see. Not just taking the penalty, set for kick for touch, go for the maul, try to dominate. No, let's play at tempo. Let's tire these guys out. Let's get some width into the game. Try time. So 21-14. Nice conversion from the sideline. Italy did get a penalty before halftime to make it 21-17, which is still within touching distance. But yeah, England have certainly had the better of the first half, and they go into the halftime sheds with that narrow lead, which I think they would have liked to have been a bit better, seeing as they had 57% possession, 55% territory, 6 clean breaks to 3, 16 defenders beaten to 4, 294 metres to 128, but it's still one-score game. But as I mentioned, it's just been pleasing to see England, I don't know, chucking it round a bit. I mean, the kicks from hand, nobody kicks more than England, but they did in this one. Like, Italy have kicked it 18 times to England's 13. So like I mentioned, Italy, the ones quite happy to kind of ping things back. Second half, Italy start with a bunch of phases in England's 22, but England are able to hold them out. And then England really get their game going. This is their best period of the game in terms of conversion on points. I mean, you get bloody Stuart, the big prop, with a bit of props footwork, which is great to see. But again, it's quick ball. Tom Curry with the offload to Marcus Smith, who goes through a big gap. Try time from him. He looked to be loving every moment of that one, and why not? 28 points to 17. And then it's a quick fire double. They win a penalty on kick chase. I think it's Tom Curry, who is kind of right in there with that one. England set for the maul. Phases. Curry peels off again, and he's able to finish off basically the move that he started. So 35-17. At that point, she's pretty much game over, and then it is 100% game over on 52 when I was questioning whether I was watching Steve Borthwick's England side, because you got Maro Itoje with like a basketball style pass, you got offloads from Ben Curry, George, and Sleightholme with a spin over. She's 42-17 and pretty much dead and buried. From here, I feel like England will be a little bit disappointed they didn't push on and do what like France did and absolutely kind of go gangbusters, because she gets a bit scrappy. Like, Italy are trying to chase things, pushing things. Garbisi, I feel like at times his composure lets him down a wee bit. I was kind of hoping to see Tommaso come on and maybe take control, but he came on for Capuozzo a bit later. So, yeah, it gets a bit loose. I don't think either side will be entirely happy with that kind of 15-20 minutes to play. To be fair, it was, even the crowd was getting a bit quiet. But hey, the game was still alive in terms of Italy looking to chase down a bonus point when they had a try through Menoncello on like 71 minutes. Started with Zuliani going really close after a line-out move, but they were able to go over. So 3 tries for Italy. Can they walk away with a 4th, seeing as Wales have been getting some bonus points of their own? But no, they don't get it. And England, I think fairly, do get the final say of the game. Ben Earl is able to get a try to give the crowd something to cheer about before they head home after this one. So, 47-24. Pretty good victory for England. In a match they were predicted to win by about 20 points. So there's nothing kind of earth-shattering about this. But as I said, just the manner in which they played was easy on the eye, barring a kind of scrappy period in the second half. Run meters 580 to 308. Dominant. Possession 58-42, territory 52-48. England got the better of the position in the territory, and the kicks from hand 32-31, and that's Italy kicking more ball, which is, as I said, unusual against the Borthwick side, who usually outkick their opponents. Offloads 11-3, with England throwing 11 of them. So these guys can chuck it around. Penalties conceded was pretty high at time. Andrew Brace maybe didn't let the game flow a bit. It felt a little bit stop-start at times. So 14 by England, 11 by Italy. Anytime both sides are above 10. Penalty count is getting a bit higher, but clean breaks 10-5. England, defenders beaten 36-21. England, they had some cracking stuff on display. Freeman, 76 metres, 5 defenders beaten. Chessum, man of the match, 58 metres, 4 defenders beaten from him. Ben Earl had over 100 metres. Itoje made 9 from 9 tackles, England's top. Sebastian Negri had 16 from 17 for Italy. Capuozzo looked the most dangerous of the Italian backs with 69 metres and a couple of clean breaks and defenders beaten, but yeah, ultimately they get nothing, and England, as I said, still very much in the race with their away trip to Wales coming up. For the Italians, they will be home to Ireland, which I don't know, it could be another week where the Italians are facing someone who's got a bit of a point to prove from the week before. But hey, we will see how things go. You guys let us know your thoughts on round 4, the final game of the Six Nations in this week. But yeah, take care of yourselves, folks, and I'll talk to you again soon. See you later.